You know, sometimes the biggest stories are hiding right in plain sight. And today, we're going to unpack just three little words to reveal a massive, multi-billion-dollar industry that, believe it or not, explains a surprising amount about modern American life.
Seriously, think about it for a second. When you're driving down pretty much any highway or on the outskirts of any city, you see them. You know, those endless rows of identical garage doors behind a big chain link fence. So what is this building that's in just about every single American town?
Yep, the self-storage facility. I mean, these buildings, they're just everywhere. And these unassuming structures are the real-world result of that three-word phrase we're going to deconstruct today.
So that's what we're doing. We're going to take what looks like a super simple search term and treat it like a blueprint. Each word tells a piece of a much larger story about our culture, our economy, and our relationship with, well, with our stuff.
And here it is, three simple words: affordable, self-storage, and USA. It really might not look like much, but believe it or not, the entire blueprint for a multi-billion-dollar industry is packed right in there. Okay, so here's the game plan. We're actually going to tackle this phrase from right to left, kind of backwards. We'll start with the USA context, then we'll define what self-storage actually is, and finally, we'll unpack that affordable factor that really makes the whole thing tick.
All right, first up, the USA. I mean, why here? Why has this industry just exploded across the American landscape, way more than anywhere else in the world? Let's dig in.
To really get a sense of the scale here, you just have to look at the numbers. This is a huge, multi-billion-dollar industry. Get this, there's literally enough self-storage space in the US for every single man, woman, and child to stand inside a unit at the exact same time. No joke. This isn't some niche market. It's a fundamental part of the American economy.
So what created this perfect storm? Well, for starters, Americans are super mobile. We move a lot. And second, let's be honest, our consumer culture means we accumulate a ton of stuff. You combine that with all the major life events that happen, plus the fact that most modern homes don't have a lot of storage space, and bam, you've got a whole nation that's constantly in need of an extra closet.
Okay, so that covers the USA part of the puzzle. Now, let's move to the heart of our phrase and figure out what exactly is self-storage. The name itself gives us a pretty big clue.
At its core, it's really straightforward. You rent a private, secure space, and, this is the important part, you retain full control and access. It's not like a traditional warehouse where someone else is managing your things for you.
And that self-service part? It is absolutely key. The whole process is designed to be super simple. You rent the unit, you pack your stuff, you lock it up, and you're the one who keeps the key. The company gives you the space, but you do the work and stand control.
So if you really want to break it down, it's all about this division of labor. The self part is all on you. The packing, the moving, the access. The storage part is what the company provides, a secure little box that you rent that basically acts as an extension of your home, your garage, or your office.
All right, we've talked about the place, and we've talked about the service, but now we get to what is honestly the most important word in the whole phrase, the one that opens the floodgates for millions and millions of people. Let's talk about affordable.
So, why? Why is affordable the one word that really unlocks this whole industry? Well, it's because for most people, renting storage isn't a luxury. It's not something you want to do. It's a solution you turn to when you have to. And for that to work, it has to fit into a regular person's budget.
And look, the data on this is crystal clear. A whopping 70% of people who rent a storage unit are doing it out of need, not because they want to. They're moving, or downsizing, or just trying to get through a major life change. And in those situations, money is almost always tight, which makes affordability absolutely essential.
And if you look closer, that need category, it's all driven by life's big, messy disruptions, things that put a real financial squeeze on people. The want stuff is nice, sure, like storing a hobby collection, but the industry became this huge giant by serving the needs of the many, and that could only happen if the price was right.
Okay, so let's put all the pieces back together now. We've unpacked all three words, so what's the big picture here? What does this simple little phrase really tell us about, well, us?
It really breaks down this simply. USA gives us the cultural context, a society that's always on the move and always buying things. Self-storage is the actual service, the practical solution of a personal, secure space. And affordable is the economic driver, the key that makes that solution available to the millions of people who desperately need it.
When you really think about it, these storage units are where we keep the parts of ourselves that just don't fit into our day-to-day lives. They're the rented attic, the paid-for basement. They really are just the extra closets of modern American life.
And that, leaves us with one final big question. What does it say about us, about our society, that we've built this massive, multi-billion-dollar industry just to manage our overflow? What does our collective need for an extra room down the street really say about the lives we're leading and the homes we're living in? It's definitely something to think about.